Hi all, so welcome to this channel, and in this video I'll discuss DB2 Overloaded UDF function. So basically I'm creating several videos on the UDF function, that is user defined function. Now this time I'll be explaining you about the overloaded functions. So basically these functions are those which have the same name. So for example, I'm creating same name function multiple times in the same schema. So that means it's an overloading function. So basically I'm overloading that function with maybe some other feature or something else which I want to provide. So what happens in this case is, for example, I created function 1 and then function 1 again. So in both the cases the function name would be same in that schema, but the signature would differ. Signature means the service program object which gets created for that um, SQL function, it's different. So let me show you the demo. So you can see I just created an add function. So basically that adds two number of integer data type and returns an integer. Then I'm using, you can see I'm using language SQL, so that's an SQL function, but there is no requirement of SQL query here, so I'm not using. I'm simply returning whatever I'm getting. So basically I'm adding those two and returning the same. So num1 plus num2 is returned from this function. So let me compile this. So use RUNSQLSTM to do that. UDF easy class 1, source member is UDF 8, I think. So the function name was add. So let me check. So you can see an add service program object was created, and having a procedure add underscore one, procedure name add underscore one. Now let me call this function. Select. So I need to call that function. I need to add two numbers, let's say 2 and 5 from. So let's uh, take some data from the dummy table sys IBM dot sys dummy1. So you can see, so I'm referring the dummy table here to add these two numbers. Let's say add 5 and 99, that is 104. Let's give a name to this column, let's say addition. So let's add this. Now you can see I'm able to add two numbers using this function which I just created. Now let's suppose if you want to add three numbers, let's say 9. So you see that there is no add function resides in the library. So let me show you that function first. So let me just copy qsys2.sys funcs. So you can see this function resides in easy class 1 library, and this is the external name for this easy class 1 add service program and procedure this. So basically this accepts only two parameters, so it won't accept three parameters, so that's why you are not able to use that. Now I don't want to delete this function, so this function will add my two numbers if I would provide two parameters. But if for example I want to add 3 or 4 numbers, let's say I want to add 3 numbers, then it's UDF9 overload. So the function name would be same, but this time this function would take 3 param and then it would return num3. So the same way, if I would create the 10th one and the third one, you can say, and it accept 4 number, and it would return the sum of 4 number. So now let's create these two functions as well. So first thing is UDF9. Now work object add star. Let's work object add star in library C class 1. So you can see now the service program object differs for this function where we pass 3 parameters. So basically the signature differs in both in this case, but the function name would be same, 00001, and the procedure name is same as you can see in the service program. Now if I would show the same thing here, you'll find two functions here and the specific name is changed in both the, you can see the name of this function, this is the routine name and this was the specific name which assigned to it as a system name. So this is the system name here, and this you can see say that the function name. So two columns are there. Now you can see the external name as well, that is defined both the cases. So this will call this, if I call the first add where I pass 2 parameters, it will call this one. And if I pass 3 parameters, it will call this one. So now just try to run both the functions. Now earlier I saw that I won't be able to add 3 numbers, so this was working fine. But now suppose I want to add 3 numbers with the same function. Now you can see I would be able to add 3 numbers. Now let's say just create it for the 10th one, that is adding 4 numbers. Now you can see that another service program objects gets created. So in this case the function gets overloaded, only the signature differs, means the service program objects get created for each function irrespective of their name. So if we now call this to add 4 numbers, so it will add this for me. So now you can see the same function, the add one, is doing addition for either for 2 numbers, for 3 numbers, for 4 numbers. But earlier when I didn't created the add functions for 3-4 parameters, it was not adding that, it was basically adding only 2 parameters and it was running for that only. So if I was passing the third parameter, it is giving me the error that the function does not exist. So this time now you can see you can overload your existing function to perform some other task or maybe some enhanced task. So earlier you were adding 2 numbers, now you want and you want to add 3 numbers now. So you can keep your function as it is, that was adding 2 number. You can overload that function to now add 3 function and the person has to call the same function, only has to provide 3 parameters now. So that's the only difference. So this is a good concept which you must learn, and that's all in this video. Thank you and have a nice time.